Hey guys, it's Mike with Olo again. We're gonna look at 3 different houses in 3 different phases of construction today. We're gonna start out here in Groveland, Florida. We're on a just over 2-acre lot, building another Edgeworth out here, but this one's a little different, so we'll kind of walk through it. Right now, if you pan over here, Kayla, you can see we're getting ready to prep the slab. So tomorrow they're gonna come and do their underground, and then after that, we'll put our vapor barrier down and then pour our slab on Friday, hopefully, as long as all inspections pass. This one's a little different than our standard Edgeworth, but it's something that we can do for any customer. In this neighborhood, we have to be 62.5 feet back. So we got 62.5 feet to the front of the garage here, and they're gonna come in on this side over here to the garage, to their 3-car tandem garage. It's a really neat layout, something that we've never done before. It has to do with this neighborhood. You can't have your garage face the street, so we had to redesign that really quick. And then on the left side is going to be the dining, office, and right in the center here is where the front entrance is going to be. Really nice, super clean, hard dirt that we put down for the slab. This one is slab on grade, so here in Florida, we don't need to really dig super deep footers or put anything there, as long as the ground is really flat. And out here, you can see there's pretty much no elevation change. So we got to get away with that. So let's quickly walk over here. I want to show you something about this phase of construction that's a little different. So it's super hot out, but we got all of our pins set for the 4 corners of where the house is going to be. So this one lines up with the other side of the garage. This is the front, even though that this is not the front entranceway. You'll see the front porch is going to get laid out here soon. And this is how our teams lay out the house. So they'll create a string line of certain points of where each part of the house is going to be. And then they form up what they call their backer board or form boards. So these are all just placed in with stakes, and this is what we'll pour our concrete up against. But on here, you can see that there's a pin here. Oh, just went through that. So pin here, little nail, and then you can see they use these nails and they'll wrap some string around it to lay out all the proportions of the house itself. So right here is going to be where their main entrance is going to be. And you know, in a couple of weeks, maybe even next week or the week after, we'll be able to walk this in framing. So you'll see how fast we can put this up. A lot of preparation in the front of it. So they'll walk right in here. You get into your main entrance, staircase going up, and their office off to the left here. So I have a nice size office. Behind it will be the pantry, as we saw at the other Edgeworth that we've kind of been doing construction updates on. We'll probably get out there maybe this week or the following. I know if you're watching this in the future, that makes no sense, it doesn't matter. But so here is that breakfast kitchen area. So right about this location will be where the island is, overlooking that open to below right over here. And then they have a small little breakfast nook and everything here. The one major difference between this and the other Edgeworth that we had is their patio is going to go from corner to corner. So a 47-foot wide patio. You can see as we walk, it's going to take a long time to walk to the other side of this patio, overlooking this lake back here. Now we're in the master bedroom, our owner's suite here. And at the owner's suite, they're going to have 2 French doors out onto the patio. Also going to get that 12-foot sliding glass door over there. So really, really nice first floor footprint here, especially with that massive patio. I mean, it's 14 feet deep by 47 foot wide. You'll be able to sit out there. Eventually they'll have a pool and be able to, you know, really enjoy this beautiful, serene area we're in Groveland. Super quiet, amazing spot. The best part that I think about this that we did was redesign this area, which is the 2-car garage. So standard garage is about 500 square feet, but we added a 3rd bay. So you could see your standard garage would end right about here. So you have about 500 square feet of garage space, and that would just be a standard side load. But now in our repertoire, we have the ability to do a 3rd-car side load garage, which gives you a ton of extra space. It's becoming more popular, especially with those who like the side load look, but this is just one of those ones that's in that pre-slab pour phase. It's really neat to see. Not a lot of times is it shown because it's kind of not a lot to see on it, but to show you how we lay out the house, to show you what our teams do, is something that we want to provide from, you know, from the blueprint all the way up to the framing and through to the finish. So let's go over to Claremont. We'll show you 2 more projects over there, and let's get on. Let's go. All right, so we're at house number 2. This one's also in pre-slab phase, similar to the one we were just at in Groveland, but a little bit different. So you can see the similarities right here on this 3-car garage. It's gonna have about 800 square foot ADU above it, which is a really cool feature. We can actually do that on any house here in Central Florida. So if you just wanna do an ADU, let us know. But what's different about this one is you can see up top here, we have a monolithic slab that'll get poured for this 2-story ADU. And then we have this stem wall down here. So we're gonna walk a little bit, but you can see it forms out just the same. And we were talking about like the strings and string lines right there up against that nail. There's the strings that they use to kind of make sure everything's squared out and plumbed up. So they left that up here. Same crew actually did this. This one was laid out by the same crew on the same day. And then here we have what we call a stem wall here in Florida. And this is so that we can get above grade. So there'll be roughly the same finished floor. So that's where the floor height is. But from this point corner to there, it drops 7 feet. So what we had to do is raise up using this concrete front or concrete base to bring it up. So we'll backfill it with some dirt, and they're gonna pour all the cells here tomorrow or the next day. So pour it all up, and then they'll come in after they pour that, fill it with dirt, compact that, and then we'll get everything set up for the slab pour. So that'll be when they pour both of these slabs together, all kind of in the same week. But what's different here is you can see they've already pulled their main sewer line in, and there's some other plumbing stacks that are coming up. So they've done a lot of the plumbing work for this, as well as some footer work has been dug in there. But up front, you've got a lot of dirt that we're gonna put into this house. So we'll backfill all this with dirt and then bring up that grade, and then use a lot of the dirt that we had to kind of keep it pretty much so you don't really see it a ton. The goal up front is to keep it so that we have, 4 or 5 steps, maybe 3 steps would be ideal, but we'll have to see what that finished grade looks like. This is a more interesting one because most of the time when we do a stem wall, both projects have a stem wall. This one's a little different where the pad up here for the garage could be a monolithic slab, and this one had to be a stem wall based on the grade of the lot. So we work with a lot of different styles, but this one's a neat one. And you can see one cool thing that happens. Sorry, I keep saying cool. One thing here is they chip the half of this block so that when they pour the slab, you have contact across it. And these are going into the footers, and they'll keep that block nice and tight when they pour it, and they'll cut it all back to meet the slab. And then some of them down there, they're all tied together. We talked about that in the custom home ICF video where they tie the rebar together with some rebar straps. We don't have anything close to us to walk through with that, but this will be neat to see come together. I think, with the one that we just saw, that the slab is getting prepped tomorrow, and we'll probably pour that on Friday. This slab is gonna get prepped and ready, and we'll probably pour these right around the same time. You'll get to see them really come to life. We'll do a video on them probably every week. So stay tuned. Let's go to the next house, which you'll see is a lot further along. Let's get over there. Okay, so we're at house number 3. This is the furthest along. The other 2 are kind of in that slab prep, getting ready, but it's cool to see a stem wall versus a monolithic slab. So this one's also a monolithic slab. We have the whole house wrapped with house wrap. That's our weatherproof barrier. We have our drip edge on, our roof underlayment on, and we're pretty much ready with plumbing rough-in and our HVAC rough-in. Next is that step of electrical rough-in and some framing fixes. Always gonna have certain things, but you can see we're pretty much ready for our pre-power. We've got our temporary power pole here that'll allow for everyone not to use generators. and to be tied in. And then once we have that, we'll tie that right into our main power panel, which is on that side of the house. That green pole over there, you might not be able to see it. We'll see it pretty up close. That's our sewer line, and then our main water line comes in out over there. So everything's pretty much prepped and ready to go for us to get in. You'll see this change pretty dramatically once the roof goes on and once the windows go in. Windows will probably go in later this week or early next. And our roof is going to be a little bit behind, but we'll catch up on it just because we have to do some framing fixes inside. I'll show you what that looks like. So you can see how dramatically you start to see some of the texture of the home come together with all of our eaves. We got that beautiful dormer up there. Those two windows will actually get blacked out, so you're never going to get any heat that comes in there, and you get a nice hot spot on your roof. That's from our window manufacturer. There's a mesh that gets stapled right behind it. It's see-through. It'll keep all that heat out. So you walk in, you got your beautiful, watch out, Kaylee. You got your nice front porch here, which will be great here in downtown Claremont. There's our main sewer line, which will go right out to where those green are. And then we're gonna go right here through our main front door, which actually is here. This is our door in the garage. Garage, it's actually an apartment. That's gonna go over there. And then you see the main front door right here. So front door's delivered, that'll get installed. It's a really cool, big painted glass, beautiful door. We love Therma-Tru doors, they're awesome. You can see here we've got all of our roof caps and vents laid out right next to our HVAC plan. I love that Brian does this. We've got our no smoking sign and keep your work area clean. Last week we saw that at John's, John Riddle, Turning Leaf Custom Homes, his job site. We saw that, we're like, we love that. So we got ourselves a trash can and this, because sometimes it's too far to take it to the dumpster outside. You can see here, we've got our distribution boxes laid out. All of our main ducting is laid out in here. And then any kind of overflow that they need as they run ducts. Everything here is kept back behind this wall, which is really important because this is gonna get reframed and be vaulted. The vault is gonna go from this wall here all the way to right about here, and we'll pull that up. It's a lot of work to re-vault it, but that's something that we missed on the plans, but it's pretty much an easy fix. It just takes time. So that'll get fixed on our side here. And then you can see all the blocking's done, all the prep. So we have, we talked about that range. I keep saying cooktop to our team, but it's a range that's gonna go in here with our hood vent going out to the ceiling, so that's exhausted out. You can see the sunlight coming through it, and that'll get a cap on top of it, so that'll be vented out, and they'll cut that back to match where that hood vent goes. And then you see all of our quick ties are in, they'll get tensioned down, and then all of our pre-plumbing, that's where I was going when I got distracted. So everything's already pre-plumbed, ready to go. So this is our sink base, all of our refrigerators caps in. We've got our dryer vent and all the stacks there. You've got your electrical pop-up for our meter box, which is gonna go here. You've got your returns all set up. Same thing here, we've got another dryer with a washer for a stackable in here. You got your washer hookup. So all the pre-plumbing is done. And then all the HVAC, next step is gonna be for that electrical rough in. And that'll probably happen sometime this week. I honestly haven't looked at the schedule, but it is online for our customers so they can see that. One neat thing as well that we learned from John, and I thank you so much for your time and your help, is we covered all of our entries to our HVAC. So we've got that piece of ductboard in there, and that's so that no dust and dirt get into your HVAC. So when you turn it on, it's clean, nice, no dust and dirt in there. I love that detail. Kaylee asked a great question. Why is the tub green? It's not green, it's white. This is just a protective coating on the tub so it doesn't get destroyed in construction. You can see it flaking off over here. It's just a little piece of like vinyl that goes over the tubs. But I think it's a really neat detail from them. I believe this is the Boots tub. and it comes like that from them. So cool little detail. We've got our toilet hooked up with our water and our sink base here. Sorry, I'm sweating. It is so hot in Florida right now. Refrigerator here. So you'll start to see the room come alive now, right? We've got our fridge, we've got our sink and our little kitchenette area. We've got the bathroom and the bedroom over there with their own HVAC for this room. So they'll be able to control their own independent HVAC. But this is a really neat phase of the project because everything starts to come alive. Where I really see the project come alive is drywall, but this is where all the prep goes into everything. So we'll keep you along for the ride on this one. It'll come to life every week from now on. But thanks for watching. That was 3 different homes in different phases in one video. So let us know how you think that went, and thanks so much. Have a great day.